Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another episode of my FM21 save with Puskas. We are here for the fourth round, first and second leg against Diolskir. But first, let me show you guys real quickly the games in between. Last time out, we had the two games. In January, it was right here, the one against Pex and the draw against Feervar. We then beat Vasas, we beat Diolskir, who we are facing today. We beat them 6-2, so if that is anything to go by, then we're in for an easy game, but it probably won't be. We then beat Budafok 2-1 and Mezok Vesdi 1-0. It leaves us in second place, 3 points behind Ferencváros. So we're still doing really well compared to last season. We are holding on to our top spot or around the top spot for way longer than we did last season. I remember last season, after November, we just almost didn't win a single game for about 3 months. And we are now in February and we are still in second place. We are actually 17 points clear of the playoff for the European spots. As you can see, Újpest have to get 17 points more than us to overtake us. 18 actually, so we are safe for at least 6 more matches, which is really good to think about, especially when we want to focus on the cup. To have that kind of buffer in the league also is very good. So the January transfer window was really tough for us. It was really hard for us to keep a hold of everybody. Here you can see a lot of youth players. But we got a lot of offers in for our players, and also a couple of times where the board accepted it on my behalf, and luckily every single time I could stop them from going through with the sale. So if we scroll down a little bit towards January, let's see if we did loan out Skripek to Hadadas. We sold Korbanov, who is a player that we hadn't used yet and we weren't gonna use either. So he is gone to that team right there. And we sold Giolai. As I said, we were trying to sell him. Firstly, he didn't accept a contract from another Hungarian team, and then I just offered him out for 200,000 euros, and Bolton came in with a 200,000 euro offer, straight up, all up front, and he accepted that contract as well. We got him for 300k, so to sell him for 200 is a little bit disappointing, but it is good that we got him off the wage bill. So we got a little bit of money free, and I also thought, well, we are already in debt, so I thought, let's sell a player to, 1, get his wages free, and 2, get a little bit of money in, so maybe our board won't accept any more offers that we don't want to accept. So we then loaned out Daniel Vita to Miovini. We sold Milan Apap to Kisvarda, same kind of story as Korbanov, and we loaned out Akos Zalgeber to Diolskir, a very good young player, but he's just on the edge of being good enough for the first team, but he's just not there quite yet. So we loaned him out to Diolskir, the team we are playing today. So hopefully that won't come back to bite us. Let's see, I actually can't remember. We brought in 2 players, but you've already seen those in the previous episode. So that were all the transfers, everything you need to know, all the games that we played, where we are in the league. So let's get straight into the cup game against Diolskir. I can't speak normally today. I don't know why, but it's not working out as I would like. So this is gonna be the starting 11. First off, let's get this substitute goalkeeper off the bench because we do not want him there. So let's get it like this. Demjanigol, Kushnir, Komaromi, Nikolic, Hangia, Ksonka, Major, Shanto, Costa, Philip. Philip is not gonna play there. Would they please just stop doing that? Let's put Bukta on the left hand side. He hasn't played for a long time, but he is still pretty good. So let's try him out on that left wing. Hopefully the players that are injured now will be back for the second leg. A couple of players that the board accepted offers for were Major. He got an offer in for more than $1 million. Hangia as well, Nikolic as well. Philip didn't. He did get offers in, but nothing higher than I think 700,000. So the board didn't accept anything, luckily. And I think Kata as well. All those players got offers in that the board thought were too good to refuse. Luckily, I could talk the board out of it, and we have kept a hold of everyone we wanted to keep a hold of. As I said, can't speak normally today, but we've kept every player that we wanted to keep, so that is very good, and we've sold everybody we wanted to sell. So all in all, even though we only made one signing really, and Imran Nemeth, of course, the loanee that we want to buy at the end of the season. So even though we only made those two signings, I think all in all, it's been a pretty good transfer window, considering the fact that we didn't lose any key players. I think at this point of the season, that was the most important thing. I didn't think we really needed more new players to strengthen the team. As you just saw, we are still in second in the league, and we're still in the cup, obviously. So I don't think that any new, better players were needed. So to keep a hold of every key player, that is, in my opinion, what was key in this transfer window. And we did that. We managed to do that. So that is why I think this transfer window was very good. Might even be better than when you do get in a couple of new players, but you lose two of your key players. I think this way it is better, as we get the free kick here. That's the first highlight that is in our favor, but the free kick doesn't lead to anything. And maybe this time the cross, but Bukta gets the ball over the goal. So it's a pretty boring game, pretty even game as well. Diosgyr are edging possession. We are edging the shots just a little bit, and the XG by a mile. But nothing, no big chances to come from either side. So let's hope that the second half of this game will change that. As you can see already, both teams have had a shot in the first 10 minutes. Anguilla now with a throw in, Major with the cross. Costa picks up the loose ball. We're still in possession. Now we do lose it, but Komaromi picks up the second loose ball again. So still in possession here on Diosgyr's half. We lose it again, but get it straight back again as well. Bukta now, who has come into the side because Tamaskis is a little bit tired. He was slightly injured actually. And of course, the player who plays there normally, I don't know why, for some reason I can't remember his name. Corbu, of course, is also not available today. So Bukta has come back into the side after a long spell on the bench, or even besides the bench, and he has won us a penalty. Well, he put in a cross that won us the penalty, and Philip scores the penalty. Of course he does. Laurent Philip, the hero of our club. He hasn't broken that record yet that I was talking about last episode, where he needed just 5 more league goals. He hasn't broken that quite yet. I hope he is going to do so in this season still. Of course, this goal doesn't count towards that because it isn't in the league, but it does count towards us going through to the next round, as there are only 10 minutes left. Maybe we should think about making a few subs. Let's get the new man Gazdag in there. And I just was gonna say that we missed a goal, but it's disallowed. I would have rather had that we did miss it. As you can see right there, Corbu is tired. I would have rather had that we did miss it and it was a goal. But we are still leading against Diosgyr. 9 minutes left in the match, and then of course injury time. And hopefully we'll take this 1-0 away win to our home next week. One league game in between when Philip here tries to go for a second, but his shot is blocked. Philip was the goal scorer for the second goal that was disallowed. So let's praise the players as soon as we can. Let's give them a good feeling going into next match and going into the second leg of this cup tie as well. There is the final whistle. We have won the first leg. Look at that XG of 3.08. We have completely dominated the second half. Don't know what changed, but we have completely dominated the second half, and hopefully we'll do just the same in the second leg when we're playing Diosgyr at home. So I'm gonna play the league game in between off camera against MTK. Pretty exciting match as well. They are in 4th in the league and I'll see you guys in just a second for the second leg against Diosgyőr. And we are back for the second leg against Diosgyőr. We played one game against MTK in between, which we drew 1-1. Of course, a goal from Laurent Philippe to give us the lead actually in the beginning, but Christopher Vida equalized in the 76th minute. As you can see, Philippe is now on 42 goals, which is also, if I remember correctly, the record from Patrick Tischler, who is still playing actually for Debrecen, and he is listed as well. He played for Puskas from 2013 to 2017, scored 42 goals in 107 games. Let's see, Philippe has scored 42 goals in 51 games. Alright, so he's probably gonna overtake that record this season. We are also on a 13-game unbeaten streak, if you get rid of the friendlies there, of course. A 13-game unbeaten streak all the way from that win against Ferencváros back in October. So, and that is also the standing record. So if we beat Diosgyőr here today at home, or if we draw against them, then we have a new record for longest unbeaten streak, which is really good for us, and that just shows how well we are playing this season, especially that 11-0 right there. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, especially a 1-0 win over Ferencváros and also a 1-1 draw against Fehérvár, 6-2 win over Diosgyőr, a 3-0 win over Vasas, a 5-3 win away from home against Fehérvár. We have some pretty good results in there. But first, let's get into the game against Diosgyőr here today. We're 5 points behind Ferencváros. They did win their game. Fehérvár also drew their game, so we're still 9 points above them. And still 17 points above Újpest. They were playing against Fehérvár. So let's get into the game against Diosgyőr. This is going to be the starting 11. Still a little bit struggling with fatigue. In the previous game against MTK, it was horrible. We had to use a very much rotated side and a couple of players playing out of position as well. It's a little bit better now. I went to the training screen, and what I did was only put recovery. Where are we? We are here. Recovery sessions between the game against MTK and now, so that we would have fit players or less fatigued players, so to say. So the starting 11: Demjan, Kushnir, Komaromi, Nikolic, Changia, Ksonka, Major, Shanto, and we're still not gonna do that. It keeps suggesting to do that, but we're definitely not going to. Gazdag is gonna play right there. Corbu and Philippe to round up the team. Costa is a little bit tired, but he is gonna come on to the bench instead of Nemeth. And then we're gonna keep it like that probably. I think so, yeah. So let's get into the game with this starting 11. As you can see, that's how many subs we needed to make for the last game. So in total, 6 different players. Probably one of the reasons, I don't want to say any of this. Probably one of the reasons why we did not win that game against MTK. We did take the lead, as you saw, but it just wasn't meant to be. A draw still isn't bad against a team that was in 4th with a very much rotated side. Then a 1-1 draw isn't too bad at all. But still, I would have loved to have picked up the 3 points there. Then we would still be within 3 points of Ferencváros in first place. But 5 points behind them, again, isn't too bad. We're 9 points above number 3, so that is a pretty solid position right there. But the focus right now is on Diosgyőr. Already over half an hour played, and they haven't had a single shot yet. We have only had 5 shots as well, so it's not like we've been doing that great. But defensively, apparently, we've been really, really solid. Diosgyőr in the final seconds of the first half, getting their first shot off target though. But not a single highlight in that entire half. So I am going to say that I'm not happy with their performance, because we're only leading 1-0 in aggregate. So that's not good enough at all. So I'm hoping that we can get a second goal here in this second half. Of course, the first goal of this game, but on aggregate, it would be the second goal to give us just a little bit more security and maybe we'll get that chance right now here in the 59th minute. Sonka with the ball, tries to switch the play, but his pass gets intercepted. We do get it back straight away though, so maybe we can build up a little bit more patiently this time. It looks like we are doing exactly that. Corbu, and there is Marius Corbu with his 8th goal of the season, and it's 1-0 on the night and 2-0 on aggregate, and now the Oscar need to score 2 goals in the final 30 minutes. So that's still doable for them, of course. So I'm hoping we can score another one, and Philip tries to do so right there, but he absolutely cannons it, but a great save by their goalkeeper, and it almost went out of the stadium. So still 1-0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate, and if it stays like this, I will be very, very happy. It's a very tough draw against Diosgjord, so if we come away with this match with a win and a place in the next round, then I'll be delighted. As Corbu gets injured, the goal scorer, I was gonna sub him. I was looking at who I was gonna put on the pitch instead of him, but before I could do any of that, he gets injured and he needs to be taken off. So we're gonna put on Shoka and Radic for Major as well, and for the final 5 minutes only. And once again, this has happened to me so often in both this save and in the Ajax save as well, where the goal scorer gets injured later on in the match, and it's all of the time it's 1-0, it's one goal scorer, no cards, and he gets injured. It's very weird. I don't know if that's actually a bug or just really bad luck for me, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is that we move on to the quarterfinals, and we've made the board happy in the Hungarian Cup at least. Hopefully Corbu isn't injured for too long, but let's see, 3 weeks, alright, so that does hurt, but it is manageable, I think. But we're through to the quarterfinals. Let's see who we're gonna get. Of course, as I said, the board expected us to reach the quarterfinals, and we have done exactly that, so that's already one good thing, but I'll see you guys in just a second for that cup draw. And there we are for the Hungarian Cup quarterfinal draw, and the board are indeed happy with our performances in the cup. Here are the 8 teams left. I don't need to tell you guys what team I would love to draw the most, but the 8 teams are Budafok, Fehérvár, Ferencváros, Kisvárda, Komárom, Szolnok, and Újpest. So there are 5 teams, including us, from the 1st division, 2 teams from the 2nd division, and 1 team from the 3rd division. So of course I'm hoping to get Komárom. Szolnok wouldn't be too bad either, and they get Budafok, alright. And Kisvárda I would take definitely, but they get Fehérvár, alright. So 4 teams left. Újpest, Ferencváros, Komárom, and us. And we're the first team to be drawn against Ferencváros. Why do we have to play them? And look at that, quarterfinals, Puskas versus Ferencváros. Let's skip back to last season. What did we get? Hungarian Cup quarterfinals, Puskas versus Ferencváros. So it's an exact replica of last season. Let's hope that we can do a little bit better this season. And of course, that is going to be... oh, look at that as well. We got Honvéd, we got Ferencváros, then Ferencváros again, Kaposvár, and then Ferencváros again. So we get to play them 3 times inside 4 games. That's probably going to mean an end to our 14-game unbeaten streak. But we're going to try our best. Hopefully we'll make it through the quarterfinals to the semis. But that will be for next episode. For now, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys for the quarterfinals next episode. Bye bye.